A great deal is known as about modern chordates, including the lower form. Their origin remains obscure. In the absence of specific evidence, the origin of chordates is still debatable. Over the years, several hypotheses have been proposed to explain the origin, but none could explain fully. Today we are discussing about the several theories which leads to the origin and evolution of chordates. Without any further let's the earliest known truly vertebrate animals were freshwater form abundant during the late Silurian and Middle Devonian period. Their fossils are collectively known as Ostracoderm. The body was covered by a bony armor forming a shield-on head. They were adapted for filter feeding. The oldest fossils belonging to Ostracoderms occur in the late Cambrian and Middle Ordovician periods. In 1900, American zoologist Chamberlain gave the idea of freshwater origin of chordates. It was spotted by the Romer and Smith. However, marine origin of chordates was also considered as protochordates and deuterostomes in vertebrates phyla are exclusively marine forms. The simplest chordates living today are invertebrates chordates or protochordates belonging to the subphyla Hemichordata, Urochordata and Cephalochordata. The fossils, the notochordate dorsal nerve cord, pharyngeal gill slits and associated with vertebrate body plane. Several theories have been proposed to explain the origin of chordates. There are some theories: echinoderm ancestry. On the basis of anatomical, embryological, paleontological, biochemical, serological evidences, various researchers have tried to establish that chordates probably originated from echinoderm larva. The hemichordate larva is similar to Bipinnaria larva of echinoderm, but this view is not accepted these days. Hemichordate ancestry. Hemichordates are sedentary and have pharyngeal gill slits and hollow dorsal nerve cord, but the presence of true notochord is doubtful, and their adult body plane is different from vertebrates. Hence, they have been put under a separate phylum. Thus, this theory was rejected. Cephalochordate ancestry. The excretory system of cephalochordates consisting of flame cells called solenocytes is altogether different from the vertebrates' kidneys. Further, lack of well-marked cephalizations and sense organs and the unique forward extension of notochords indicate that the cephalochordates have the identical ancestral body plan of vertebrates but are not themselves ancestors. It may represent divergent path of evolution from a common ancestor. Barrington hypothesis. It is a most plausible hypothesis proposed by Barrington in 1965. This hypothesis is based on the deuterostomes line of chordate evolution. The common echinoderm chordates ancestry was in all probability a small semi-sessile arm-feeding creature. This gives rise to early stark echinoderm. The next was the derivations of sessile filter feeding of stem chordates, pharyngotomy, that is, perforated pharynx, resulted in the evolution of free-living hemichordates and sessile urochordates. Some ancestral tentacles, instead of producing ciliated larvae common to the earliest group, formed tadpole larvae with all the typical somatic features of chordates. Later on, this larva increased in size and by pedogenesis suppressed the sessile adult stage, developed gonads, and became the ancestor of cephalochordates.